You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and today is a very special day because it is Inauguration Day, it is Martin Luther King Day, so there's a lot of things taking place in our country. Now we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to teach you how to keep your immune system up with some pineapple ginger juice. We're going to introduce you to recruiter guy Bill Humbert and all of the wonderful offerings that he has, as well as talk about politics in the workplace and how you can navigate that tough situation in certain moments. It's all taking place here on Good Morning Vail, which starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail.
We're coming off the hectic holiday season, and many are often looking at the first of the year as a clean slate. So while I encourage thinking about health and wellness at any point in the year, the first of the year is oftentimes when it's top of mind. Bayer actually conducted some research that supported about 60% of women are looking at adding a New Year's resolution for 2025, and 2/3 of women are prioritizing health goals within that. So there's no doubt that health and wellness are top of mind as we're heading into the new year. So first, what is a nutritional gap? So a nutritional gap is when we're not meeting the minimum recommended requirements of a nutrient to feel our best. So first and foremost, I recommend getting a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in lots of colors and adding that to your plate. So this can be a way to not only help meet nutritional needs, but make sure you're getting in a lot of great produce as well. So at Bayer, we're working with agricultural innovation, connecting with farmers so that we can bring convenience and taste to produce at the grocery store and ultimately to your home. So as a mom of two, convenience and taste are king. And so making sure, it's not nutrition till it's eaten. So keeping things on hand that my kids enjoy, but are also convenient. Things like snacking peppers, we like to keep those washed and in the fridge. Things like cherry tomatoes, these could all be ways to contribute to overall really great nutrition to your day. Now, if you are not getting a diverse diet, then consider adding in a multivitamin that might be right for you. So Bayer's one-a-day brands have a multiple different varieties based on age, gender, and nutritional needs. So consider talking to your doctor to see if you've got any nutritional gaps and if adding a micronutrient supplement might be right for you. So I think, we automatically jump to healthy eating, which is super important. As I said, 9 out of 10 Americans aren't getting that recommended produce. We're also thinking about things like getting more active. Those are things that we're seeing a lot in the media, also critically important. But things that we're not necessarily thinking about are adding to our list to get into our primary care physician. So making sure that we get a baseline of our health can be really good as we set out for accomplishing health goals in the new year. Make sure during that visit, They're screening for things like heart disease. You also want to check if you're a male for prostate cancer, as well as kidney disease. Make sure you're getting those screenings. In addition, if you're a female over 40, make sure that you get in for your mammogram as well. Again, even if you feel great, it's really important to get in and have those regular health checks to stay healthy and stay on target. In addition, you might want to consider looking at your medicine cabinet, something not a lot of us think about, but as medications expire, they could lose their effectiveness. So as we're still in cold and flu season, and even thinking to the season ahead of seasonal allergies, get in your medicine cabinet, take a look at it, make sure things aren't expired and that they're all in stock. You can check out bayer.us. You can also go to amazon.com/one-a-day to find more information.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, Nate Dogg.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Good morning, Vail.
We're very fortunate to chat with the expert in recruiting, whether you're looking for a new job or whether you're looking for that perfect candidate. Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy, and I had the opportunity to chat with him about how you can make more connections and find that perfect job. So let's hear what he has to say. Did you know last Friday was Quitter's Day? Well, did you give up on your job search? Well, then I have the perfect person to introduce you to. That's Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Maddie. Happy 2025.
Happy 2025 to you as well. And as always, thank you for taking the time to chat with us and give us all of your wealth of knowledge about maybe finding a new job, because searching for a job can be quite challenging.
It can be. And, and I even have a New Year's gift at the end of our interview. I'll talk about a position I'm recruiting for. So, let's face it, looking for a new job is a pain right back there. And, you've completed 100 applications and you've received no responses from anybody. It's just like it's a waste of time. And it's frustrating. Would you like to learn how to make your search more appealing?
Well, you have my curiosity piqued, so how do we do it?
It's a few easy steps. First of all, make a list of everybody you know. Coworkers who work with you now or previously, friends, people you know from church or temple, college friends, because it's always good to get in touch with them. Even high school friends. I stay in touch with my high school friends. And see, that's not hard.
Is that all I need to do?
Well, first of all, doesn't it feel good that you know all of these people?
Yes, of course. And it's nice to have such a community, but what's next?
Well, this is the best part. Write down a short reason why you need to call each one of these people. And during that call, ask them if they may help you. And guess what? I got a secret for you. They all want to help. There might be a couple jerks out there that don't. But, make sure your phone is completely hung up or disconnected before you do. You don't want to say jerk while they're on the phone. It's not real good. But, if you want to say jerk after you hang up, that's cool. But most people are going to want to help you.
Now, what should they do?
The next step is really easy because it's all about you. Talk to them for, like a minute and a half about the things you've been doing work-wise, and put in there one or two really good accomplishments, and then tell them why it is you want to leave your job right now. And it could be you got laid off in a reorganization. And then say to them, what I would like to do next is, and tell them what that is. And then here's the key. Don't ask them to think. Who do you feel I should speak with next?
And then what happens? You've gone through all of these people, you've made so many great connections. Then what?
So, now you've got a list, right? Not only the people you're talking to, but the people they've given you to talk to. And you call 4 people per day. Every day, 4 people. And within 90 days, the metrics show you'll have a job. And it's a lot more fun than doing this and going, am I ever going to hear from anybody? So get out there and start making those phone calls, and it makes all the difference in the world.
And then, of course, you promised us a little 2025 present about a job that you're looking for. So what are you trying to hire for right now?
Well, I'm the leading talent attraction consultant. You get on Google or Bing or whatever and put in talent attraction consultant and you see me, recruiterguy.com. And I'm looking for either a remote or hybrid tax CPA in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City corridor. And they just need to review tax returns that tax preparers have done at my client. And then once they've reviewed them and everything is good, sign them and send them off to the IRS. And the pay is pretty good.
Now, if people want more information, if they want to know if they're qualified, if they want to know if it'll work for their lifestyle, what's the best way for them to get in contact to get all this information from you?
Well, my website's got all my information, recruiterguy.com. However, if you want to, I'll give you a little secret. You can send me an email. So now you're meeting directly, bill@recruiterguy.com.
Which is incredible, a great opportunity for so many people, and especially as we're into the new year, if your resolution is to make yourself happy and maybe find the job that makes you happy, then you're the person that people should be coming to.
I am. I'm Recruiter Guy. It's funny, I've walked into company doors and they're clients of mine, and they don't say Bill's here, they say Recruiter Guy's here.
And then, of course, you have a great book that's out for people to get their hands on to learn some more of this information. So what's the book?
The book I'm so proud of is Expect Success, The Science of the Over 50 Career Search. And in the 5-star review, the reviewer said, you don't have to be over 50. Anybody can use this book. I wish I had it when I was looking a couple of years ago.
Bill, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, always giving us all this wonderful information and maybe inspiring us to apply for a new job or to have that experience, use those connections that we've built throughout our lives to help us find the perfect job.
That's the goal, right?
Bill, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Maddie.
Make sure that you check out therecruiterguy.com. That way you can chat with Bill, you can get all of this wonderful information, and you can find the perfect job. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
Coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
Welcome back to the show. Now, I love getting to talk about things that get you excited to get out there, ski or ride, and help you see better on the mountain. So right now, I've got the Smith 4D Mag with the ChromaPop lens technology. Now, this is a great goggle. Because of that 4D technology that's in it, it increases your field of view by 25% with that bird's eye view. So as we take a look at this goggle lens, as I rotate it down, you can see that that lens continues right here, allowing you to see better out there with that 25% increase. Now, to change this goggle lens, all you do is pull these levers down. Then you're going to pull that lens right out. It's easy to switch. You're going to line it up. Make sure that it is fully lined up, that goggle lens is all the way in there, and then you're just going to snap those little levers back into place, securing your goggle lens, making it nice and easy to change. If I can change it here on the couch, well, then you can change it out there on the chairlift. This is an incredible goggle to have your hands on because that ChromaPop technology means color pop, so it's going to help you see those colors better out there on the slope, so that way you can see better, so you can ski or ride better. Now, if you want to get your hands on this incredible goggle, make sure that you go to any one of the Eyepieces of Vail locations throughout our community because we've got so many that you're going to want to check out, and there are some great places to get a helmet and some goggles. That way you are fully protected out there on the mountain. We want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report this morning. If you're looking for new goggles, new helmet, or any vision needs, well, then they're the perfect place for you to go. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Since it's been so cold, it's really important that you keep your immune system up. Well, a great way to do that is make some pineapple ginger juice at home. And we're going to step into the kitchen with Kim, who's going to teach us how to make it. That way you can help boost your immune system.
Now, I'm often in the kitchen and I always talk about the things that I love to do and things that I keep at home, but my kitchen best friend is my juicer. I love to juice all kinds of things, and I'm going to show you today how to make what I like to dub the pineapple zinger, a delicious, crisp, and refreshing juice, especially as we head into the summer months. This is great just to have in the morning. It's also great to mix with a cocktail if you're interested in fun things like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You can start with pineapple, fresh pineapple, and use your juicer if you have a juicer, or you can get a can or just a bottle of pineapple juice itself. It also involves coconut water. It's great for electrolytes and hydration. Then we've got a fresh lime, because who doesn't love a little lime juice? It reminds you of summer, vacation, whatever it is. And then fresh ginger. You can buy ginger juice. I would suggest, if you have a juicer, getting your own. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Always fun to have a little carafe, so you can just pop it in your fridge, and this would make makes just a really fun and delicious juice to start your day with, or if it's the weekend like we're heading into, mix it with a little bit of drinks. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to actually go ahead and start with my ginger. We need probably about a half a teaspoon of ginger juice. So I always like, when I take my ginger, I always trim off the sides. You can literally just break it, just like I did, and throw, you don't have to use all of it. You don't have to worry about it. You can throw the rest of it in your fridge. And ginger usually lasts a pretty long time. I put it in all kinds of juices. Usually I start my day off with celery juice. It's got some lemon and some ginger in it, but I like to throw it in basically almost anything that I cook with. I actually throw ginger into some soups as well. It gives it a nice hearty depth to your flavor there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of trim off the brown area of the ginger. You can actually take a spoon and scrape it too, but it takes a little bit longer. So we're gonna start with a knife here. So I'm just gonna keep trimming it. You can smell the zing of the ginger. I love fresh ginger, maybe because I'm a redhead. I don't know what it is, but me and ginger, we get along really well. So we're gonna go ahead and continue cutting the ginger here. You don't have to make it perfect, but I like to kind of just cut off any of the dead ends. As you can see, when you buy it in the grocery store, you know, they kind of just break it off from the root. So I always make sure that all of these pieces are cut off, any knobs that are hard to get around. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw it into my handy dandy juicer. So it's gonna be a little bit loud in here, but we love kitchen noises, don't we? So throwing that ginger into the juicer here, and you just kind of gently press down on it if you have a juicer, just like that. And we need about a half a teaspoon for this drink. Again, you can make as little or as much as you want to. You can see it kind of spinning there. So I've got just about a half a teaspoon. I might actually trim a little bit more because you never know. I always like to put as much ginger in mine. I know it burns some people's throats, so we won't put too much in this drink, but it's always better to have more than not enough, in my opinion. You don't always have to use it either. Sometimes I'll actually throw it in the fridge if I make it separately from my juice, just to have it on hand. I like to do ginger cayenne shots sometimes in the morning. It aids with digestion. It's pretty great. So I'm just trimming it all up here. We'll put a little bit more in here just to make sure we have enough for this drink. So you need about a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon depending on what you need to do there. I love this juicer. It's my favorite kitchen appliance, I'd say. Great. There we go. Okay, so we've got all of our ginger right here. We're gonna go ahead and let that finish dripping, and then I'm gonna show you our next one. We're actually gonna need some lime juice as well. So we can either juice the lime in my juicer, which I think I'm gonna do, or if you had like a hand squeezer, you can do that, or you can use one of the traditional twisty guys. I know Kevin loved that a long time ago. Kevin and I were in the kitchen together, and we made key lime pie. He had to juice key limes with his hands, and he yelled at me for weeks afterwards. I like to actually just kind of trim up my lime right here, and we'll just, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and squeeze it. Now here's a fun trick. If you don't have either one of those juices, you can always take a fork. Actually, we do have in this kitchen a juicer, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. All right, actually, we're not. I'm gonna show you my trick. You take your fork here, you just stick it in the middle, and you can just squeeze it just like that, and it kind of helps you not lose the lime. You can get everything out of it that you need to, just like that. We're squeezing it. This is a great little trick if you were in a restaurant and you're trying to maintain table manners and you don't want to squirt anybody with lemon or lime juice in their faces when they're sitting across from you. Just stick your fork in it, cover your hand, and do a quick little squeeze, just like that. Fun fact, we're learning a little bit of etiquette here. And we're cooking all at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right here, just like this. Great, awesome. So yes, I love a good refreshing juice, especially when it reminds me of vacation, which anything with pineapple, lime definitely reminds me of vacation, which summertime is upon us. So you know what that means. Lots of vacations happening here in the mountains and beyond. I can't wait to try this refreshing juice. As you can see, squeezing it in there. Awesome. Great. So we're going to go ahead and measure out our ginger because we don't want too much in this. I mean, I'm fine with it, but if I'm serving it to guests, some people don't have fresh ginger in their diet on a regular basis. So we're going to take about a half a teaspoon, just like that. I love this teaspoon thing because it's different colors, so it makes it easy. You're not mixing it up. I love my juicer as well because you can just twist this up and it doesn't leak all over the counter, which is great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pour about, whoops. Well, sorry guys, poured a little bit more in there than I anticipated. So it looks great to me. I'm gonna go ahead and actually juice our pineapple. So any excess ginger that we've got, I'm just gonna pour it right now into this container. And we're gonna juice the pineapple. So we need about a half a cup of coconut water and 3/4 of a cup of pineapple as well. So getting that back in there. Now again, if we don't have enough of this pineapple, we'll just use regular pineapple juice. You can kind of supplement it, but I say fresh is always better. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. I'm gonna throw pineapple into my juicer here, just like this. Great. All right, buckle up guys, because we have more kitchen noises coming at us. Oh my gosh, I can smell the pineapple. I'm already on a beach in my mind. Juicing it up. So we'll just let that spin a little bit more just so it finishes up. All right, we've got a little bit of extra here, so we're gonna do about 3/4 of a cup. I've got some extra juice in from the container here. Now you can take a whole pineapple if you need to. You can cut it up that way. You can buy it already pre-cut in the store. And then we'll just pour a little bit more into this. As you can see, look at that beautiful color and all of that foam from the juice. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'm on a beach, maybe having a pina colada, I don't know. That's basically what this is. All right, look at that skill, man. I didn't spill it anywhere. All right, and then the last little piece of this drink that we need, we're adding about 1/2 cup of coconut water. Now my hands are a little bit sticky from all that pineapple juice, but I'll just twist it right here. All right, I'm making a royal mess, but that's okay because as I like to say, if you're not making a mess in the kitchen, you're not doing it right. So we're doing about 1/2 cup of the pineapple juice. Of the coconut water. I'll just add a little bit more in there, why not? Now this is enough portion for probably like 1 drink, maybe 2 people. We'll just do a quick little stir, or you can just kind of shake it around, mix it up. Oh my gosh, I can smell the zing of the ginger. Smells so good. The sweetness of the pineapple. The coconut water is great for electrolytes. It also keeps you a little bit hydrated. Now, if there's a little bit too much ginger, you can always add a little more coconut water to kind of thin it out. And then depending on how much sweetness that you actually like, a little bit more of that pineapple juice. No juice left behind is what I like to say. I'm gonna grab a cup and I'm gonna try this out. We'll see how it tastes. And then I'll get to share the rest with my team here at TV8. Happy summer. I'm ready for vacation. Cannot wait to get the weekend started. Anyways, we'll be back with more on the show right after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning 3 as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne & Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mikasa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mikasa and Mine House,
We would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
Good morning, Vail.
Happy Inauguration Day. We're going to talk about politics in the workplace and how you can handle it a little bit better because it can get a little bit messy. So let's give you some great advice.
We are back with more here on Good Morning Vail. The elections are coming up, and with the election drawing getting closer and closer each day, workplace incivility is at an all-time high. Joining us this morning, we have Jim Link. He is the Human Resources Officer at the Society for Human Resource Management, also known as SHRM. Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to jump right into it and start talking about this tense environment that a lot of people might be experiencing as the elections come up. And I'd like to ask you, what effect does this tense election environment or this election season have on people's work environments?
Well, the very first thing that we're seeing related to the election and everything else that's going on in our society right now is an increase in the degree and frequency of uncivil acts in the workplace. As a matter of fact, in our most recent survey, we believe that there are 201 million acts of incivility observed by Americans every day.
Jim, as we hear you talk about this topic and talking about workplace incivility, how common really is this phenomenon? How common is workplace incivility?
Sure. Workplace incivility occurs at a frequency that we're finding more and more heightened as we draw closer to the election, which is just in a few short weeks away. Roughly 80% of survey respondents told us that they had witnessed or experienced some type of different treatment in the workplace because of their political views. Now, those are very interesting numbers, particularly when you consider that those same survey respondents told us that only 37% of managers and leaders are effectively managing those incidents of workplace incivility.
This sort of activity, can this sort of work environment or this sort of workplace incivility lead to violence?
Incivility in the workplace can certainly lead to violence. As a matter of fact, 70% of our survey respondents told us that they've seen some type of act of violence either in their workplace or in their work environment over the course of a set period of time. Now, this is interesting because when you think about what people are observing in the workplace, we would hope that it would be a safe place where that people can come to express their opinions, to do the things that they want to do, following some type of rules of engagement around engaging in civil discourse in that same workplace.
Jim, as we mentioned before, you're the Chief Human Resource Officer for SHRM, so you're working with this type of situation all the time. What are some of the best practices or expert advice that you can give to people on conflict resolution in the workplace?
Well, the absolute best thing that you can do is establish the boundaries under which conversation should occur. If you think about what we're missing today in the workplace, we've really, in some ways, lost the art of conversation, the art of civil dialogue, really engaging with people in a respectful, honest, sincere way to accomplish a common purpose or an outcome. It's still okay to actively listen to others. As a matter of fact, in many organizations where that they're trying to resolve conflict, they're spending more and more time in face-to-face communication, talking about the things that really matter for both the individuals involved, but also for that particular business.
Jim, how can company executives help address signs of polarization in the workplace?
Well, polarization is certainly an element that we're seeing in our society today. Clearly, a big component of that is driven by what we're seeing happening with a federal election coming up very soon. But managers and leaders are tasked with dealing with these circumstances and situations in their own workplaces. The first thing to do is realize that that polarization is there. Whether we like it or not, it's happening in our workplaces. So how do you resolve that? The first thing you do is determine really what that polarization is and what's driving it, what it is about. And you do that by simply asking and understanding. There are several ways to do that. You can survey folks, you can engage in constructive dialogue with employees to really understand where that polarization is occurring. I think the second thing that's vitally important that we do related to polarization is if we do see it occurring, we take active steps to ensure that it doesn't impact the downstream impact of either employees or the business. Now, this is important because with that large number of uncivil acts that we're seeing reported across our society, we do know that in the workplace, that can lead to losses of productivity, of profitability, and other measures, which are clearly important for business leaders to get their arms around.
Jim, what does see something, say something look like in the workplace? We hear this all the time, see something, say something, but what does that really look like in the workplace?
See something, say something is an element that we first really were introduced to as a result of a lot of the terroristic threats that were happening in our society 20 or more years ago. But that's permeated into the workplace in a way that I believe is positive. If you think about giving employees the power that if they see something that's discriminatory or harassing, let alone violent in the workplace, that they immediately report that up to their management teams or to human resources professionals who can help to address that specific situation, but more importantly, help to ensure a safe, effective, and comfortable work environment for those employees.
Jim, we are wrapping up here, but is there anything else you'd like to add on this important topic?
We would encourage everyone listening today to make for sure they go to SHRM.org. And at SHRM.org, there are free resources to help both employees, managers, leaders, and businesses themselves engage in 5 really active steps that they can do to ensure civil conversations are occurring in their workplace.
Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning and speaking to us about workplace incivility as the elections come up, but definitely an important topic, and we appreciate you taking the time for speaking with us today. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of Good Morning Vail right after this, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at NantucketRopeBracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
We had the opportunity to chat with a great life coach about a book that she recently released called Living All In. Chris Jansen is an expert in making sure that you're living your life to the fullest, so let's learn more about her book.
Welcome back. I am here with Chris Jensen. Chris, you are a life coach and you're an author. You've helped so many people live their best lives. Before we talk about your book, A Living All In, I do want to ask you, how did you get into being a life coach?
Oh, well, thank you for having me. Nice to see you, Avija.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got my master's in counseling psychology right after college, and coaching was not on the scene then. It was therapy, right? And so when coaching came on the scene and I learned what it was, I thought I am going back to school to become a board certified coach. And a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between coaching and therapy? And in a nutshell, therapy could be about healing past wounds, what hasn't worked in the past, and coaching is all about what works and moving forward. And so I went back to school, became a board certified coach, and opened Chris Jansen Coaching.
That's amazing. And you love helping people. Where do you think you get that from? Because that's your gift.
Yeah, that is a very good question. My faith plays a big part of it, I think. I mean, I was born into a faith household, and we grew up learning to be servant leaders, to serve, other people, and put others before ourselves. And I also think I'm an empathetic person, and it just does come naturally to me too, to care very much about other people. And with coaching, I get to learn tools to help other people get where they want to go, right? To get unstuck and get where they want to go. Yeah.
That's amazing. And your book, Living All In, I have it right here. It is full of so many awesome tips and tools. It is really helpful. I've made notes and I've circled a lot of things. There's something that I really love in here, and I want you to elaborate on it. What does this mean to you? Speak good magic.
That is so important. It's the words we use, the language we use, because our brain is always listening to the words we say. So those words are going to get us where we want to go or not. We get what we focus on. And if what we're focused on is not where we want to go, we're going to get that too. Like if I'm driving down the street focusing on a telephone pole, I might hit the pole, even though I don't want to. So if that makes sense.
So is speak good words, is it how we talk to ourselves or our thoughts, or can it be how we talk to other
Yes,
people?
it's what you say out loud and what you say to yourself subconsciously and consciously. And so I have something, it is in the book, that it's a framework I created called the 4 F's, and it's very simple. It's find it, feel it, find it, fact check it, frame it. And so the speak good magic comes into play there, where if we feel a way we don't want to feel, that is our time to stop, get curious, right? Because our feelings, none of them are wrong, they are action signals. And so that is when we'll stop and find it. What just went through my head? It might be subconscious, it might be something we didn't say out loud, but there is words that might have gone through our head that aren't serving us. So after we find it, then we fact check it. Is that true? Is this serving me? Is this the best thing to be rattling through my head right now? And if not, frame it. Frame it to something better.
Awesome. And there's something else here that I love that I wanted to ask you about. It's choosing to see others in good light may also be contagious. They may decide to shine that day.
Oh, yes.
What does that mean to you?
Well, I think we are a reflection of one another. We're created for community. We live in community. Humans aren't meant to live alone. If you think about it, we're the only species that, a baby's born and it cannot survive without another person, at least one other person. So we're created to energize one another, right? And so if we're seeing other people in a good light, that, whether they know it or not, it makes a difference. And it can change their internal dialogue. It can change what they're saying to themselves. It can change how they feel about themselves. It can have a huge impact on their self-worth, right? Without even us having to say very much.
Yeah. So a quote that I like, I don't know who the author of this quote is, but it's, talk to your kids as if they're the most wise and mature and amazing people, and then they'll grow up and have that as their inner voice. So there's so much power in how we think and how we speak. What are some tips that you can give to people today who want to have a better day and just want to break out of a rut or just be happier? Some actionable, practical tips.
Yes, well, the 4 F's, like I just said, that's fantastic. I mean, if you feel a way you don't want to feel, use it as an action signal. Stop and think, what's going through my head? Sometimes those are lousy questions we ask ourselves, like, why do I have to be here? Why is this person acting this way? Why can't I get it right? Whatever, those are lousy questions. And when our brain asks a lousy question, our brain, again, subconsciously, we might not even know it, our brain will answer the question. So if the question is lousy, the answer will be lousy. So stop, be aware, ask better questions. And then, like you just mentioned, the example with the parents, right? Yes, it happens both ways, though. Like I said, we get what we focus on. So if we are maybe in fear for what might happen to our kids, that is also, they're feeling that. That is also a reflection. So we want to anticipate greatness for ourselves and for other people, and especially for our kids. Yes, for sure.
I love that. So, Chris, tell me about where people can find this book, and also you have another book coming out.
I do.
Right.
Thank you. This is on Amazon, and all of people can follow me to keep track of the new book coming out in March 2025. On all my socials are Chris Jansen Coaching. Instagram, Chris Jansen Coaching. Facebook, Chris Jansen Coaching. LinkedIn, Chris Jansen Coaching. And then chrisjansencoaching.com is my website. So you can get the book there, and you can also get it on Amazon.
And they can also book sessions with you, right?
Yes,
coaching?
all my services are on my website. Yes, I love coaching.
What
I'm
is
available.
your new book going to be about?
So this book, actually, I took one chapter from this book and wrote another book about it. So this book, Living All In, How to Show Up for the Life You Want, is really about living all in and showing up for life, even when we don't want to, because that's not as easy as it sounds. Life can be hard, right? And so my coaching and my writing I think are special because it's not just, we all know it's a good idea to live all in and show up for the life we want. It's also hard to do sometimes. When life gets tough, how do you do that? And so that's where I come in, and that's where the books and the coaching come in. And so like this book, for example, walks people through how to do that with exercises and very specific examples of how to do that in lots of areas: fear, pain, grief, overwhelm, parenting, addiction, and habits. So those are all addressed in this book in chapters, and one of the chapters does address addictions and habits. So the next book is about addiction and grace and taking the shame off of it.
Amazing.
And how to walk through that.
Does it have a title?
It does.
Okay.
It does. You'll have to follow me to.
We will definitely follow you to
yes,
find out
to
the
find
name
out.
of your next book. Thank you so much, Chris.
No.
It's always a pleasure talking to you. I appreciate the book. Is called Living All In. Go out and get it. It's been a great book, a life changer.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
I'm Raisa Pascal. And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. Let's go, man! We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. Explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking to get summer body ready, but in the winter season? Well, there's a great non-invasive way to get the perfect body contouring treatment, and we're going to give you some more information right now.
Hi, thanks for having us. Cool Sculpting Elite is a non-invasive treatment that targets areas of stubborn fat that are resistant to diet and exercise by freezing and eliminating treated fat cells through a process called cryolipolysis, also known as fat freezing. When Station first came into my office, he shared how he leads an overall active and healthy lifestyle. I explained to him that Cool Sculpting Elite is like a finishing touch to contour the body and shape the silhouette of the treated areas. Now, each patient has a personalized treatment plan based on their specific body contouring goals. However, most patients may need at least 2 or more visits to achieve their desired results, which was the case for Station. Cool Tone is an FDA-cleared, non-invasive treatment for the strengthening, toning, and firming of the buttocks, abdomen, and thighs.
So as Michelle mentioned, I have always been passionate about fitness and maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
but no matter how much I exercised or dieted, I still had pockets of fat on my abdomen. When Michelle explained to me that CoolSculpting Elite can be used to target those areas and give me a more sculpted appearance, I was all for it. Michelle first evaluated me to ensure I was an appropriate candidate for the treatment, and after being approved, she developed a unique treatment plan that reflected my goals. Michelle continued to share her expert opinion on how to achieve optimal results and evaluated and tweaked my plan after each treatment. I received CoolSculpting Elite on my abdomen and flanks and received Cool Tone on my abdomen. Overall, I am super happy with the results and really felt like I was a part of the process.
What a lot of my patients love about CoolSculpting is that there's little to no downtime.
Yes, little to no downtime was important to me because I have such a busy schedule. The fact that I was able to receive my CoolSculpting Elite treatments and then go back to my day made this journey worth it for me.
Amazing. You know, some common side effects do include temporary numbness, redness, bruising, discomfort, and swelling. Rare side effects may also occur. I recommend patients should talk with their doctor about the risks. I always tell my patients the new year is the perfect time to get started on your body contouring journey so they can see the results in time for spring and summer. And in honor of Cool Month, new patients may be able to claim $300 off a CoolSculpting treatment until February 6th or while supplies last. And patients who register for Cool Month sweepstakes and get treated with CoolSculpting before March 24th will be entered for a chance to win $10,000. Scan the QR code on the screen to learn more about the Cool Month sweepstakes happening now. And if you want to learn more about CoolSculpting and CoolSculpting Elite or Cool Tone and find a provider near you, visit CoolSculpting.com and read the full important safety information.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Monday morning edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here to bring you all of this wonderful information, maybe inspire you to go pick up a new book that's going to help elevate your life. Whether you're looking for that perfect job or that perfect candidate, the recruiter guy, Bill Humbert, has got you covered. There's always so many wonderful things taking place here on Good Morning Vail, so make sure that you tune in every day. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You know